Hey guys, welcome to Mad Scientist Barbecue. I'm Jeremy Yoder and I'm here with Brian Nobles of Boathouse Smokers, and we're going to be cooking some Cajun food. What are we cooking?
We're going to do some local alligator, some local boudin, and some andouille sausage.
Well, I've never had boudin, I've never had alligator, so let's get into it and see how it tastes. Okay, so we got a spatchcock chicken here, and I see some mustard, I see some rub. Can you tell me about those?
I use the mustard as just a binder. I use it a lot, or sometimes I use mayonnaise, but mostly mustard is my go-to.
So I see it's Louisiana Bayou, and it's kind of fitting, Louisiana Bayou.
Agree.
What kind of flavors does it have in it?
This pork mafia, Louisiana Bayou, is from a buddy of mine who lives up in Chicago. It's kind of a sweet heat. It's got a little bit of pepper and a little bit of sweetness to it. It goes great with chicken, and I use it on fish, shrimp, all your Cajun stuff that we get here in the Bayou.
So I see you went skin side up. You feel it cooks better that way?
I just feel, I don't like to turn my chicken, so that's why I spatchcock them. And I put the bone down and just feel that it gets a more even cook that way.
I got you. And it'll also look better, I think.
Right.
So you don't have the pretty side on the grate.
Correct.
Got it. All right, well, let's get the other things on.
Okay, these don't need anything. They go on just like they are.
All right, so boudin?
Local Louisiana boudin, made about a quarter mile upriver.
Yeah. And is this the white boudin?
This is a white boudin.
Okay, so there's no blood in this one?
No, and it's actually a pork boudin.
Okay, and then andouille, which I've had
sausage
before, like in gumbo and stuff.
Right.
I see these bacon-wrapped pieces of magic there. What's going on there? How'd you do
that is actually alligator tail meat. It's white tail meat wrapped in bacon, stuffed with cream cheese with a jalapeno. It's one of my favorite appetizers we make down here.
Are those andouille sausages pre-cooked?
Yes, they are. They're already lightly smoked. And the boudin is completely raw. It's just a pork sausage.
Got it.
With a rice dressing.
So the casing on the outside is made out of rice?
No.
Oh,
the casing is back years ago. They used to make the casing out of hog intestines.
Yeah, hog casing.
And
okay.
Some people frowned upon that, so now they use a synthetic sausage casing.
Okay, so what's the rice dressing you mentioned?
It's just a rice. It's
a rice in the sausage.
It's a rice stuffed sausage casing with pork meat, and you can actually get it in alligator. They make all different
alligator
kinds of
boudin.
Boudin, yes.
Wow.
Actually, and these little guys here, these are my favorite. I'm gonna try to put these on the hotter part of the grill to try to crisp up that bacon good. And like I said, all they are, it's just a chunk of alligator tail meat. Now, alligator. A lot of people don't know this, but alligator is like a chicken. It has dark meat and it has white meat. The white meat is in the tail, which is by far my favorites. A lot of people down here, they'll make gator wings out of the feet, so it'd be like a hot wing.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Any good?
Yes, pretty darn good. I'm a fan of the white meat, and the only thing when you're processing gator, you just have to make sure you get all the fat off of it. The fat is terrible. If you get a piece of fat, you're gonna know it. Oh. So I went through these and I cleaned them really, really good, and I got all the fat and stuff off of them, and they're good to go. So.
All right.
And it shouldn't take these no more than probably about 45 minutes to an hour. It's just alligator tail meat wrapped in bacon with some Louisiana Bayou from Pork Mafia, and I stick a jalapeno in there just for a little bit of a bite.
Fire is super, super, super clean. I can't see it at all. Oh, it's there. It's coming out. It's hot. Wow. This is nice. Looks like ½ inch. So we're here on the Amite River, and this is the Boathouse, which is the origin of Boathouse Smokers. But yeah, you can see alligators, and there's an egret over there. This will actually take you all the way to New Orleans. So it's really cool. There are lots of boats and stuff to go by, and it's just kind of calm and peaceful. And then apparently on the weekends, it's a party. So we're going to have our own little mini barbecue party over here, and I want to go through this pit and talk about some of its features and see kind of how it's put together. It's looking good. I want to take a chance to thank today's sponsor, Hone. A lot of people don't realize that as you age, your hormone levels change. As a matter of fact, after the age of 30, a man's hormones can decrease by 1 to 2% per year, which can make a big difference in your quality of life. You might be feeling run down, you might be feeling like you don't have the same good mood that you used to have, and it could be that you had just chalked it up to, well, now you're married, you're working hard, you have kids, and you're just kind of run down by life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can contact Hone, you can check out the link in the description, and you can talk to real doctors. The way it works is, they send you an assessment, and with that assessment, they evaluate your health and they make sure that they optimize your hormone levels so you can feel as good as you can. Stop being reactive with your health. You can optimize your health. Getting older doesn't mean you have to feel worse and worse year after year. Hone is the premier men's health clinic in the United States, but you don't even have to leave your home to get adequately tested, to talk to real doctors, get real medicine, and get real results. All you have to do is click on the link in the description and you can get your own assessment in the mail. You can get started for only $45. If you're concerned about your health, if you want to optimize how you feel and how you perform on a day-to-day basis, check out the link in the description and get started for only $45. I'm sure you guys have a few questions. Number one would be, how does the pit cook? Number two would be, what kind of wood are you using? The wood that we're using today is mesquite. This is going to be a short cook. We're burning a super clean fire, so I'm not worried about any over smoke or anything like that at all. My impressions of the smoker are really, really good. Unlike some reverse flow smokers, this thing has great draw and it burns super clean. All right, so Brian, this thing looks to be pretty heavy duty. How thick is the steel?
It's all 1/4-inch steel, double wall quarter in the firebox with 1.5 inches of rock wool insulation between.
Okay, so the firebox here is insulated, so we're talking a lot more efficient, right?
Right, it's double wall insulated, and it also has the 1/2-inch thick door on it.
Yeah, this door is humongous. How much does this door weigh?
The door itself weighs right at about 100 pounds.
100-pound door.
Just on the door. The firebox, when we assemble these things, we assemble them separate and we put them together. The firebox on this unit weighs right at about 550 pounds by itself.
Okay, so heavy duty all the way around. So how much does the whole pit weigh?
This unit here is right at 1,000 pounds.
Oh, okay. So you're not skimping out on materials at all?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
And this isn't the biggest one at all, right?
This is our basic, we actually build these, this is our basic package. This is a 36-inch model. You can get it in a 48, you can get it in a 60, you can get it in a 72, and you get it as much as an 84. And we've also done larger than that before. It just depends on what the customer needs.
How much space does this thing have? You said this is your kind of the basic model that you have, so this is your typical backyard smoker,
right?
Yeah,
this is actually the smallest reverse flow offset that we build. This one right here, the racks on this guy are 35 by 21 inches.
Okay.
And there's 2 racks, and it gives you about 1,570 square inches of cook space.
Okay, so give that to me in terms of how many briskets. If we're doing max capacity, the most we can get in there and cook them well.
I don't like to mash up my briskets. I like to give them a little bit of room.
Little space.
It would probably hold 4 comfortably.
Okay.
If you wanted to put 3 on each rack, you could probably stuff 4 on each rack if you wanted to.
Right.
I like to give mine a little bit room to get that bark to develop. So I'd say about 3 to 4 per rack.
So can you tell me about some of the other sizes that you make of these? Because you've mentioned that you can go a lot bigger and cook a lot more if you need to.
This is a 36. We built a 48. We built a 60, and we built a 72, and we've even built an 84 that has 4 doors on it.
Oh, wow.
We also have what we call a fat boy package that will extend the depth from 2 foot to 30 inches in depth.
It's a great name for that, by the way, fat boy package. I like it. How much money are we talking about? How much does this one sell for?
Right now, due to the current situation that we're dealing with, material shortages and labor shortage and stuff like this, 6 months ago, this unit was $24.95. And right now they're $27.95. The 4-rack warming cabinet option is about an $800 option, and it pretty much doubles your cooking space.
Okay.
You get 4 more racks that are 22 by 22 on this particular model, and allows you to double your cooking space.
Right. So for $2,800, you're getting a lot of cooking space. For $3,600, you're getting a whole lot of cooking
Correct.
space.
You're pretty much doubling your original cook space for an extra $800.
Right. And so, I mean, solid as a rock kind of construction here. And I noticed that the temperature just kind of holds, it goes slowly. Doesn't have a steep drop off, doesn't have a big spike when you add a log.
Right.
I mean, just runs really with.
And that's probably due to the insulated firebox. The double wall 1/4 inch really holds the heat well. And when you notice, if you throw a split in there, it doesn't change your temperature. You should never see an increase in your temperature when you throw a split of wood on there. It should remain the same. It should immediately just catch fire and stay the same.
All right, thanks for giving us a walkthrough of kind of how this pit is made and how it works, but I think we got to check on this food.
Let's do it.
It's looking good, smelling good.
Alligator is like a chicken. You wanna run it up to like 165 to be in the safe zone, and it looks like these guys are just about there. Yes, they are there. They are ready. When you start seeing the cream cheese dripping out like that, you know they're ready. And the Boudin actually just needs to be heated, and to get that smoke profile on there. So those are good.
I first learned about Boathouse smokers on Instagram. I've been following them for quite a while. I never thought that I was going to be on the bayou in South Louisiana cooking with you, and cooking alligator, no less. So I'm really excited. Also, you guys need to follow him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. He puts out a lot of cool content. So if you're a barbecue nerd like I am, you always love to see that sort of thing. And as a barbecue nerd, I'm always excited to try something with barbecue that I've never had before. So do you want to jump into the alligator first?
Which one do you want?
I want to try the alligator right here. This looks good. I mean, this looks really good. Down the hatch. It's actually really good.
Told you it was.
I thought it was going to be weird, but it's great.
Can you taste the jalapeno?
Mm-hmm.
Jalapeno too much or just right?
No, it's great. I love spicy. It had a kind of a different texture than I had expected. Or maybe I didn't even really know what to expect alligator to have the texture of. I was like, is it going to be like fish? Is it going to be like chicken? No idea.
Everybody says it's more like chicken.
Yeah,
I find that it has a taste and texture of its own, especially if you eat it as standalone, as a standalone meat. But wrapped in bacon with jalapeno and cream cheese, you can't go wrong.
All right, cool. All right, let's, you want to try the Boudin next? All right, so here we have the Boudin. You can see it's kind of amber colored on the outside, which means it's gotten some smoke flavor. So we're gonna cut off a couple pieces of this and see what it's like. Yeah, this is cool. Thanks for letting us do this, by the way. It's just super cool.
Oh, awesome, no problem.
Like, this is stuff I never would have been able to eat otherwise, so it's fun to try new things. Like, I've cooked so many briskets in my life, like I could probably go the rest of my life and never forget what brisket tastes like, but it's always fun for me to find new, different stuff that I've never tried. Even if it's bad, then I'm like, oh, well, that's what that's like. But the gator was actually great. I really didn't expect that. All right, so we have the Boudin cut in half, so you can see kind of the rice, the pork, the seasonings, all in there. All right, let's see what it tastes like. Oh.
Hot?
Temperature hot. Wow. All right, so the thing I noticed is it's got a different texture than any other sausage I've ever had.
Right.
Right, so it's softer, it's got that rice in there, there's spices in there, and so it's got tons of flavor, but I just wasn't expecting it to just kind of be softer than a normal sausage would be. But I should have, because it's not only meat that goes in the casing.
Right, it's probably 60% rice.
Yeah, I mean, it's great though. Hot. It was really good. You should try this.
A lot of people here, they eat them cold.
Right.
They eat it cold, just like we took it out of the pack a while ago. Eat it cold.
Really?
I like it. It when you smoke it or put heat to it, it just crisps up the skin a little bit.
You can hear the skin like break when you bite into it. You go. Eric, are you gonna try this?
Yeah.
This is really good.
They could sell that in Kentucky.
They can sell that anywhere, I think.
I had a customer in Detroit. I sold him. He came down and picked up a pit, and I boxed him up about $100 worth of stuff to go, just for being my customer. I sent him some Boudin, some alligator meat, and turtle meat, and stuff like that. And he comes down once a year now, and buys $4,000 to $5,000 worth of Boudin.
Yeah.
And
I don't blame him.
tasso meat and all that stuff, and he brings it back up and he sells it on a food truck in Detroit.
Is tasso like ham?
Tasso, it's just it's a smoked meat that you put in your gumbos or your jambalayas, just to give your rice a flavor when you're cooking.
All right, last but not least, we have andouille. I've only ever known this in gumbo, where it was absolutely the star of the dish. So you'd be searching through the gumbo for the pieces of andouille. So I'm excited to try this one smoked on a real pit.
You can pick it up and bite it if you want. If you think it's too hot, I don't know.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll try this. So the skin's darkened up right here, so you can tell it's gotten some smoke flavor on it. I don't think I'm even gonna cut this. I'm just gonna take a bite and see what it's like. That's really good. It's got kind of a firmer texture than like if you got an Italian sausage or something.
Right.
Where it kind of feels soft and springy. It's got a texture more similar to ham than like those kind of standard sausages, but it's packed with flavor. Perfect amount of salt in this, and a crispy casing on the outside makes it really nice.
And that is a local sausage. It's made about a half a mile upriver.
Oh, nice. I like how you navigate by saying upriver or downriver. It's not take a left on First Street and then, you know, head down Main Street. So do you get around by the river very much?
We do. We do. We travel the waterways every week. Like I said, we can jump in my boat and I can be in New Orleans in an hour. Actually, we're leaving next weekend and we're going to Gulf Shores, Alabama by boat from here. So
that's impressive. So you could make it all the way out to the Gulf.
Yes,
right?
I could be in the Gulf in about 2 hours.
Wow, that's so cool. Boathouse smokers, it makes sense.
And some of the best offshore fishing in the world is right down here off the coast of Louisiana.
Yeah. You ever do fish on the pit?
Oh yeah, we do. We do. I got some snapper. My wife brought home some snapper last Friday. We're going to do some probably this weekend. Some fresh red Louisiana red snapper.
I see. See one of your neighbors, I guess, driving by?
Probably.
These are both really good.
The andouille typically is when you put it in a jambalaya or a gumbo or something like that. You typically don't eat it just, you know, like a sausage.
Yeah, but this is great.
It's
though.
good. I like it.
Yeah. So juicy. Heating it up on the smoker, you're melting all that fat in there so that when you take a bite, you feel the snap of the casing first, then kind of an explosion of juice, and then all the flavor just coats every part of your mouth. It's so good. Okay. More gator. Thank you guys for watching Mad Scientist Barbecue. I really enjoyed the food today. Really enjoyed hanging out with Brian and checking out these pits. Be sure to check him out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I love the food, but what we have to do is find out if the chief taste tester approves. Brisket, is this good? Oh, it's good stuff.
Give me a shake.
Yeah.
Give me a shake.
Shake?
Give me a shake.
Shake? Is it good? You approve? Thank you. You should get a shot of his shirt, which is pretty awesome.
Leg day, baby.
I think you've been doing a lot of leg days, huh? You're pretty thick. You want some more andouille?